afternoon. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio on the final day of convention, and joining me here today is Jeff Berk, who is the CEO of Tripkicks. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you, Monisa.
Welcome back. Good to see you again.
You as well.
And it sounds like you guys are having a good convention.
It's been, I'd say, our best convention yet.
That's outstanding.
Awesome.
Why do you think that is?
It's great to see the attendance level. We've got for us, we've got a lot of our sales and account management team here. We've put in the work to get a lot of prospect appointments. We've been able to see a lot of our clients that are here, so it's really what we come for.
That's great. Making sure you're making good use of your time, right?
Absolutely.
Productive use of your time. That's great. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, thanks.
So just to kick things off, tell us a little bit about what Tripkicks does.
Sure. Yep. So we're a travel technology company, and really what we do is connect travelers to the information that they need to be successful on their trip. So we work with large corporations, and we put ourselves in their shoes and their travelers' shoes and say, what is a good decision? What does a good trip look like for that traveler? And how do we make sure that they have access to the information to make those good decisions?
Okay. And what do you see changing for business traveler expectations? What's changing?
I think what we're seeing with our clients and their business travelers is, we're hearing, we see a lot of companies that are very conscious of their image, right? And the things that they're putting out there, whether it's, trying to be carbon neutral or net zero by a certain date. And they're really expecting, travelers are expecting them to walk the walk, right?
Yeah.
If you're saying that you're going to do that, do I see that within the travel program, right? What are you doing in the travel program to reinforce that, right? If you're telling me as a traveler that inclusivity is a really important company goal, well, if I'm a traveler and I have, certain needs when I travel, who do I talk to about that, right? Where is that within the program? So I think we're seeing a lot of travelers now kind of saying, all right, well, I want to see this represented in the program, right? I want to see these important goals for my company, as part of it. So I think that's a big piece of it. And, technology is not a blocker anymore, right? With most employees now at companies and younger travelers, right? They know that technology is not an excuse to not have certain components in place.
And on that note, I think with the disruption, with the outage that we've all experienced around the world, it just reinforces how dependent we are on technology.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, it's scary. Like, we are so dependent on technology. How should corporate travel programs balance all of their competing priorities?
When we look across, I'd say our clients that are most successful in driving change and being, a cutting edge program, there are probably two things that they have in common. And, the two things that they really prioritize. One is that they have access to the right expertise, right? There are so many priorities that exist in travel, and we hear a lot that you need to be an expert on so many things, but the reality is you can't be an expert on so many things. So you really have to be able to access that expertise, leverage the network, leverage your suppliers, right? Leverage the community, all the resources that like a GBTA has. And I think we're very fortunate to be in an industry where that is very accessible, especially within large like corporate travel programs. Right? You're not competing with the other corporate travel programs, right? Everyone is very happy to share knowledge and share resources. So I think number one is just making sure that you have access to the right knowledge so that you can, be mindful of what's changing. And the second is really having the tools and resources to be able to drive change. And that could be something like platforms that like Tripkicks offers, right? Where we're helping people communicate information and get it out there to travelers. But it can also be access to your road warriors, right? If you have a road warrior community that you can test ideas with, or you have access, a seat at the table for travel policy input, right? Or access to your communications team and kind of the know-how of how to drive change across an organization. You could know the priorities of your company. That's typically going to come from top down. But if you don't have access to the expertise and knowledge, and if you don't have access to the tools to drive change, it's going to stop you in your tracks from being able to do anything. So those are the two things that we really see across our clients who are able to, change their program and modernize their program and keep current.
So what role does Tripkicks aspire to play in this business travel industry?
Yeah, So we're definitely unique in what we do, right? We're not a TMC, we're not an online booking tool. The key word for us is really connect. That's what we're trying to do. We're looking at suppliers, we're looking at business travelers, we're looking at corporate programs, and we're trying to better connect all of them. And what we find is that a lot of companies out there, all the buyers here, they work so hard on their programs. They put great suppliers in place, right? They put great policies in place. They're always thinking about how to do better for their travelers. What can they offer them? But if a traveler doesn't know about those things, and if they can't access those resources at the right time when they need them, then all that hard work, you're not really seeing the benefit of it. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve, right? We're trying to make sure that travelers can access those great resources, that suppliers are able to get in touch with travelers and present the information that they need to present that will also help the traveler, right? If I'm a traveler and I'm going, I'm staying Friday night on a trip, well, maybe there's a little bit of leisure component there, right? How does my company help me make the best of my trip, right? Get the best experience out of that. So those are the types of things that we're really trying to, to help companies with and make sure that they have that glue to connect all of those three things.
Very intentional. I love it. I love it. Well, Jeff, it sounds like there's a lot going on. You guys have, that's very exciting, and so happy for you, and glad that this has been a good convention so far. Any closing remarks?
No, I mean, I'm really happy to see the numbers back to where they used to be. I've heard, pre-pandemic, and for us, it's just been awesome to see so many of our clients face to face. Don't get that opportunity that much, and I'm happy that everyone kind of views GBTA as that opportunity to have these in-person connections.
Yeah, Jeff, thank you so much. As always, great to see you.
You as well. Thank you.
I'm Monique Klein here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.